Okay, that's great. I would like to do more. I would like to do more live streaming of our stuff. I want to be really, radically transparent, open with everybody, our community, and anybody who might think of getting involved with Fluid. So, is this actually live now? Because it does take a bit of time, I think. No.
Yeah, I'll double check right now. It should be very soon.
Could you please tell next time in advance so I'll make the presentation looking nicer? Am I designer or whom?
Yeah, cheers, Nikolai.
I'm okay. I'm okay for this to be really raw. I think it's a really important thing that we do today, especially in this environment in crypto, that we are really, radically transparent. So that, like, I know everybody's had like no notice for this. But anyway, it's much better than having things that are planned. So, all right. So let's go through this. Okay, so for general announcements, so top ups, we can, as everybody knows, we can top up our Fluid accounts by bank transfers. So we're integrated into 17 different pay in, pay out areas around the world, from like Swift to SEPA to ACH to faster payments, etc. So what we're adding in now is PayPal, which is really cool, 400 million users around the world. I did a PayPal top up myself last week. So I know that's something that's already integrated. We're getting ready to roll it out. With one of our partners, we're going to have the ability to top up with a Visa card, a MasterCard, Apple Pay, and Google Pay. So that is coming. So in addition to that, we have delivered everything for our US launch. It's super cool. We've got our tech integration is done, our card design. So Tatiana sent the physical card designs, and Dasha sent the virtual card designs to our partner Bond in San Francisco, who are checking with Visa. So hopefully that'll be approved. I'm trying to make our brand as homogenous as possible across the company. So it's going to be wild cards, whether you're in Europe, the United Kingdom, or the United States. We're also going to use wild cards for our Fluid cards. So it's super cool. Also, the terms are being sent to Bond for final sign off. So Genesis Global Trading, we've shaken hands with Genesis Global Trading. They're the world's largest OTC desk. They're my preferred partner because they're so safe and stable. They have a very serious approach to risk management, which I think aligns very well with Fluid's vision. We're now talking, as you know, we've done a few deals with them before where we buy ETH from them, OTC trades. Those are classic OTC over-the-counter trades where we agree a price, we wire the money to their bank, we wait for a few days for the wire to be received, then they send us ETH, on mainnet, they should be on Arbitrum like we are, then we bridge it to Arbitrum and use it in our pools. We've agreed, or we are going to agree a menu with them. Menu means what cryptos we could offer in our app. So it's one of the things that we just discussed in our executive committee that Torab, Ava, and the marketing team are going to ask our community what we should do. I'm not sure what to do, to be honest. Either we curate a list and we say it's a list from Fluid Finance that we've looked at. As you can probably guess, I'm not so crazy about these meme coins, and there's a whole bunch of other stuff out there. Or we just open it up and say everything's available, and you kind of, whatever, you trade at your own risk. So that's something that we need to think about. Next countries that are coming, Switzerland, again, shaking hands with a bank partner here in Switzerland. Canada, that's going to be through Accomplish, that's coming soon. In the EU, I'm working with a partner to offer Visa cards. At the moment, we offer MasterCards in Europe. We got rejected from our partner that I was hoping that we were onboarding with in Asia, which I'm a little disappointed about. We were going to go into Singapore, Hong Kong, Australia, and Japan. That is over now. Essentially, it's a fallout from Terra. The partner doesn't want to, they're not as keen on crypto as they were before. So I find that really irritating, especially since I don't see us as anything at all like the scam that was Terra. So we're looking for alternatives. Main marketing focus that everybody knows across the company, it's the crypto crowd. It's better than an exchange. So that is going to be a consistent message for marketing. I really want to take business away from exchanges. There's no reason to use an exchange anymore for on-ramping and off-ramping. I think using Fluid is a much better alternative. Our regulatory process here in Switzerland is going well, and we'll have more news soon on that. Okay, going forward, Nikolai. So one of the things I want to talk about is our priorities. Since we've launched, we're live now, we're adding a few things where you can top up with cards and PayPal, and then you'll be able to spend on your Fluid cards. That is all coming. Integration between our mobile app and MetaMask, that's all coming as well. I want to plan going forward. We've got a long list of things that we could do, tech functionalities, the different cryptocurrencies that we could offer, our own internal exchange capabilities, between FX or stocks, bonds, cryptos over the weekend, things like that. We have our partner integrations that we need to prioritize. We need to think about geographies. So that's something that's going to be a team-wide, like a company-wide discussion that I want everybody to give their views on, because we have limited resources. We're definitely hiring, particularly Golang and Solidity devs. But we do have limited resources, so we decide what is going to be prioritized. So we'll have a separate call in the future, again, like across the whole company. I want to hear everybody's views about what we should rank more towards the top, and what is something more we'll put on the back burner. So, okay, next slide. Some depressing from Archon.
Exactly. We'll talk about a few things that happened in crypto last week. Was pretty busy, actually. Not that as many negative news as during last week's. Also, the market has been relatively stable, of course, at a very low capitalization. We are about 1 trillion total crypto market cap right now. So there was a bit of a relief, sending Bitcoin again over 20K and ETH about 1100, now a bit higher even. But besides that, some interesting things happened. If anybody's using Coinbase, you have probably seen that they introduced changes to their transactions and KYC process. So for every transaction you make, you now need to enter like name, physical address of the recipient, the purpose of the transfer. So it makes everything much more complicated and slow. Due to they call it local regulation, and we'll probably see other exchanges adopting the same methods here. Also, Coinbase is shutting down their Coinbase Pro platform, so they will merge all the services into the normal Coinbase platform. So all features will stay the same, but unified into one solution. And as I mentioned last week, they've been laying off 18% of their employee base. So a significant cut down, also based on revenue going down, and expected to be going down over the rest of the year. Then we have seen another outfall of recent market turmoil. It's Voyager Digital. We have been holding more than $5 billion in retail lending services, so very comparable to Celsius, and from the size also comparable to Nexo. And they had loaned 350 million to Free Earth Capital, which we know have not been able to answer their margin calls, and the founders have kind of disappeared. So there's a big risk for all those retail funds, and like the Voyager shares that are trading in Canada have also gone down more than 60%. So we're closely monitoring what's going on here, and the damage that retail investors may be facing here, and which will also lead to tighter regulations following such events. Then last week I talked about Circle, who announced their Eurocoin, so a euro-pegged stablecoin, and now Tether released a few days ago, like the issue of USDT, their plans of offering a stablecoin pegged to the British pound, which will plan to go live next week. They already have the euro-pegged stablecoin, also not widely used, but the thing exists. Then again, we have seen another big DeFi bridge hack, like it's in this case Harmony's Horizon Bridge. Harmony is a Ethereum competitor, EVM compatible Ethereum competitor, which has been exploited. Another hack of 100 million USD. So it's, I think, the fourth or fifth biggest hack since 2021. And again, it had, the victim is a bridge, as we have seen also with Ronin Bridge and other bridge hacks in the past. So this is currently one of the biggest security risks in the DeFi markets. On the brighter side, let's say Binance has announced a very big PR coup by signing with Ronaldo, with, I think, more than 2 million followers. And he will work with Binance also to create his own set of sports-related NFTs, and many more marketing initiatives will follow here. And another negative news at the end is the CoinFlex. It's a crypto derivative exchange. They also announced that withdrawals are halted due to extreme market conditions. So also here we can expect, unfortunately, many retail participants to lose their money that have been stored in the exchange. Not their keys, not their coins. And I think this is, again, something important for Fluid Finance to iterate in terms of safety, security, and retail user protection. And last but not least, I don't know if you see it on the slide, but in the NFT market that we have been slightly monitoring also over the last weeks, like NFT New York City happened with a lot of different events and a lot of marketing parts, and also NFT prices have been trending upwards based on many releases and announcements. And so there's a bit of a small positive hype again in this part of the market. And some news of this we'll bring next week. Thank you.
Awesome, thank you. Just to add, I'm not sure if anyone saw, but during NYC NFT week, there was actually some protesters protesting against the evils of NFTs. And I saw one lanyard sign saying, Vitalik Buterin is the devil. So there was some very funny stuff to come out of NFT NYC week. But now on to some more exciting things. We're talking about the marketing update. So just to give you guys a run through of where we're at currently, since our June push, we have over 5,000 signups. So that's a great data resource for all of us. We have the email addresses of people that have signed up that are keen to experiment with Fluid a little bit more. It's great resources for us to roll out when we do incorporate immediate top-ups with some of our payment platforms like PayPal and also some other payment integrators. So it's really ease of use there. And also when it comes to having people ordering their Fluid cards, it's great data that we have. So we're really happy with the amount of signups that we have, and it's only going to increase from here. This week, we're also touching our marketing roadmap for the next quarter as well. So that'll be available to be released in the next few weeks. And the rest of the organizations will be doing the same. And then we will come together with all of the information. When it comes to content, as we know, the markets, as Archon has run through, are looking a little bit bleak right now. In general, crypto is a little bit of a scary time. So we're really highlighting right now content, information, and communication. And that is also tying in with our community. So we're working on a blog post, which will focus on our community events. We've already had some great community meetups. We had one in Geneva a few weeks ago where we attended and spoke on a panel. We were giving out DUSD and people were really excited about the products. We went to Paris, as you guys would have seen if you tuned into our last weekly sync. We were giving out some DUSD on the expo floor and getting people to download the app. We had some great feedback. And this weekend, we also had 2 meetups. I will let the community team explain a little bit more, but we will have blog posts that we're going to start to be releasing, showing each individual region why they love Fluid Finance so much, and also some photos, images, and also some personal point of view feedbacks. Also TikToks and YouTube videos of users and the Fluid effect, we're calling it, are starting to go live. So we have one that's released today. I posted it in the Fluid official group chat, but it's also on the YouTube channel in a short video format. So you can hear some feedback from some crypto people in Paris, just to see what we get up to when we are hitting the expo floor. And if you want to go to the next slide, please, Nikolai. Awesome. And this is also a little run through of what is in the press this week. So Robert looked a little bit shocked at seeing his face there. Sorry, I should have given you a heads up. So this is everything that's in the press with Fluid from this week. So as you can see, our Real Vision Finance feature has gone live. Robert didn't hold back at all with going through some of the risks that come from people like BlockFi and Celsius. It was a really informative piece. So if anyone hasn't already looked at it, I would definitely recommend you doing so. And we also have some blog posts that will come out on some different crypto channels, which is also a writing summary of the video itself. It was a very great speech, and myself and Torb and Mark got to sit in on the recording, and it was very cool to watch. We also have, as I've mentioned, the YouTube video, which is us going around Paris Viva Tech Expo and getting people to sign up to Fluid and also sending them DUSD. So you can really see and also show people just how quick it is. And also I'd like to add to anyone that's watching, if you do get people to sign up to Fluid, you do send them some DUSD, make sure to film it. You can send it over to myself or anyone from the marketing team. We're starting to compile them into some cool features and really hoping to get a butterfly effect with that. We're also in Being Crypto this week on their newsletters with our partnership, announcing that we are live, and also getting people to kind of go ahead and sign up with our referral program, which is still rolling. And then on later on this week, on the 30th of June, we have a community-led meetup with Beyond, and we're talking about Web3 companies and also how important the community is with really leading the way. So this is everything that we have. We also have a banner on the Defiant, which will start tomorrow, tapping into our crypto crowd with our better than an exchange and the fastest way in and out of crypto. So make sure to keep an eye out. We'll also be posting them in the Telegram community, so you can share the love as well. But that's everything from my side.
So thank you so much, Jess. So as we just discussed, there's a lot of content that we're working on. We have a couple of articles that are actually more or less ready or in drafts that are just pending some last approvals. We are really trying to wrap it up in such a way that we have an overall comprehensive wording and marketing strategy, brand building, because as we always like to say, we're not just building one product, we're building a brand. This is a brand that's supposed to last us for many, many years and that we want to build on and grow upon. So we are kind of trying to implement some better processes to stay really in line with this brand building wording before we release this content. For this week, we have a really cool article coming up of Robert on the situation with Celsius and the current market conditions. It's really an insight into his amazing brain and his ideas also, obviously, when it comes to Fluid, and why the product is what it is, and why what we do actually is out there to change the world for a better. I think there's some highlights in it that you can also see a bit upon in the Real Vision video. So I'm really looking forward to this one. We have the blog posts coming up for the community events, which should be, I think, really fun to the community as well. So a couple of you, especially of our African community and the Italian community, might be able to see themselves there as well. We have a couple of articles in prep. Obviously, we will release a Medium article about our Q3 roadmap that we're finalizing this week as well. We have some articles coming up on the global remittance market and the impact of crypto banking on this remittance market. How can blockchain, maybe do things better than traditional systems? We also have the best on and off ramp for crypto with some testimonials where we'll probably also create a blog post out of this. So we're really focusing on content and to highlighting why as Fluid Finance, we are one step ahead of other solutions. We have some other content that we've been working on, like the response email overhaul that Damien has been so kind as to work with us on. We're also reworking the design of these emails, again, also to be in line with our brand narrative. This is an ongoing process, I would say, that we're really refining things. It's going well. Plus, obviously, the brand book, which is the base foundation for this overhaul that we're working on at the moment as well. So I think that's it from the content perspective. And I will also continue with the community update because Ava unfortunately has a teething baby at home, and so I had to skip out quickly. So we have the African community events. So we had, can we update the slides maybe? I think I added some photos, or did I put it on the next slide?
I think they are on next slide.
All right. So yeah, we started off with the community events, which I think is pretty cool. We had the one in Abuja and in Lagos already on the weekend, as well as the Italian beach parties. We got quite a few signups. Also, the African Telegram group was really growing. You can basically watch it when you entered. We're really, really thankful for this effort. Everyone had a blast. So we're going to create a lot of marketing material out of this as well. But first and foremost, want to really, really thank everyone who participated in this. I think also all of us as employees should get to see this, because sometimes, you know, especially for the tech team, we sit behind our screens, we sit behind our computers, we don't really even see the effort that our community puts into this product, and the belief that they have in the success that we're going to have, and how valuable this product that we're developing is for them. And these events, you can really feel the spirit, you can see it. So we want to expand on these events. I think there's no better way to get to know Fluid than when it's in person, and when you get to speak to people who are excited about the product as well. And we're coming up with quite a few more of these events. I think, yeah, I just gave a quick overview of a couple of pictures from these events. There's a lot more to come. We have, I think the spirit was really cool, and I think everyone absolutely had a blast at this event. We also have some videos coming up. We will see that there's, you know, rooms full packed of people who are all downloading the Fluid app at the same time, and everyone is really excited by it. So I think we'll also be able to do quite a lot with it. So I want all of you to see how excited our community is for product as well. I think it should motivate us and help us to move ahead.
Dasha?
Hey guys. Why it's not updated? I've just updated the pic. Could you please refresh the page? Or it's downloaded. All right. Yay. I think this usability, if you're familiar, this is what actually we're checking on our interfaces at the moment. I believe, because this is what I call micro firefights. The apps both were launched, and right now we're getting the biggest amount of the feedback we've ever had. So we have to deal with this. Also, simultaneously, it's more obvious and more obvious that more feedback we're getting, then the closer is the time when we need to think bigger and go bigger, and stop just patching, you know, some issues that we do have occurred in the apps, and rather make it even more organized, even better designed with the time. So UX UI is working on that at the moment. Also, the big upcoming event, I guess, for all of us, as Robert said, is the onboarding of US users, so users from USA, and Fluid expanding for this country. Right now, we are figuring out if the app would be significantly different from the USA users or not, and probably and hopefully it wouldn't be affected that much. So USA users will get the same functionality as the rest of the world. That would be amazing. Fluid cards, we're just testing it internally with our friends and family group at the moment. So we're taking time as well to improve the existing flow, improve some sections like Fluid extras, let's say, to get ready to adopt mass user for it. And also big news for UX UI. Department, I would say, okay, team, UX UI team, which at the moment consists of one person. We're hiring a designer. So I actually start looking for UX UI designer, already got some cover letters, and interviewing people starting today. So I'm excited to get more professionals into the team. And as soon as it's done, guys, we'll fly to the sky. I promise. That's it.
Yeah, just a little proposal from me. Let's please use, let's not call onboard US users, because we are onboarding US users at the moment, as well as users from other countries. Let's call it providing traditional accounts, bank accounts to US users and cards to US users. Because at the moment we are many US get their Fluid accounts and later, a little bit later, Fluid cards, of course.
And Dasha, for your soulmate, do you have a list of things you're looking for in a soulmate? Is it somebody who studied psychology, worked as a barista, is
you must
very
love
zen?
Very zen is required, but I'm not sure actually. No, maybe we need some hurricane, you know, in the team. I'm too zen. No, I actually posted in right now. It's like for friends and family, so kind of or people I do know. So it would be easier, you know, right? Then when you're already familiar with somebody, it's easier to understand if this person will fit the particular team or not. So right now I've just posted in my social media and then some in the like community of designers that I study with when I did study design. But anyway, if anybody is curious about this position, you could just contact us through Telegram, maybe. If the community is interested, I'm also open for anybody.
Yeah, that's great. You know, my view is I really want to hire people that we already know somehow. Like, this is where we want to tap into our amazing community with people around the world, you know, thousands of people. So I like to hire first from the community. Also, like people who've, you know, worked together with people somewhere else. Like a number of the people from the tech group came because they were friends of Igor's, which I'm really excited about, which is really great because Igor has impossibly high standards for himself and for everybody else. I don't know how he actually recommended so many people. Many in the team came from Igor. They were friends of his. I desperately want to hire more Solidity devs and Golang devs. It seems that only Igor has any friends that he can recommend. So if other people in the team can recommend people, that would be really great. And also from our community.
Yeah, that's for sure. I'm also filtering.
Who recommend Dasha? I always forget. You actually didn't come through Igor. You came through. Was it Sergey?
No, luckily, I'm an exception. Yes, I'm a KGB agent kid.
Right. Sergey, you're a deep mole planted by Sergey. I forgot. Okay, that's great. There's two of you. All right. It won't blow your cover. All right, let's keep going.
Artem.
Yeah, hello everyone. So short update from backend team. So last week we were really busy with bug fixes and support regarding issuing a card, which we launched in the start of this month. We also tested PayPal successfully on prod, but for now it's still disabled for most of the users. We also tested Fluid cards on prod, but we're also waiting some approval from Accomplish. And yeah, now we almost finished trust payments integration, which allow users to top up accounts with normal cards or Apple Pay or Google Pay. And it's basically ready. We're just waiting some additional information from trust payments on how we should calculate fees. Yeah, also we doing some cleanup on our backend, for example, refactoring our transaction processor to have less bug with the cards. Yeah, our plans for this week. So yeah, this is actually from the last week. So yeah, we had planned to finish trust payments, Fluid cards, and it's done. For the future, we want to do more cleanup and refactoring, also review our integration with Bond, and also release feature flags, like the common feature flags for mobile, web, and backend with Unleash, which allow our design and marketing team to do some A/B testing, like releasing something on certain group of users or like percentage of users and so on.
And on,
Yeah.
on the fees, if you go back, please, on the fees, where are we with the fees? Because at the moment, the fees are taken off the amount that is sent. Is there a possibility where I think technically it's like fees for the sender? It's sender, shared, or receiver. So
yes. So this trust payment is designed in the same way like a PayPal to be used by online merchants. So in this way, merchant pays the fee. Yeah, we just need to know this fee to subtract it from user. Yeah, but for now, it's not defined, unlike in PayPal.
okay, so it's the same as PayPal. Basically, if you send, because I used the PayPal as a test of the day, I sent like 10 euros, but only like, you know, whatever, 9 euros and something showed up in the account. Okay, yeah, all right, because we're the merchant, because Fluid is the merchant.
Yeah, the difference is that we can request this info from PayPal, and with the trust payments, it will be a little bit more complicated.
Okay, well, we can do it later. That's fine. I just wanted to know. Let's just get going. So,
okay.
All right, that's all right. If Artem, if you and the team are sick of like cards, you can blame like Jessica and the marketing team for their obsession with cards as topping up and then being able to spend on the cards. But I'm sure you're going crazy, but I appreciate all your work on it. I know you're understaffed, so and at very least you look healthy and your mustache is still growing, so it's really cool.
Yeah, thank you.
Some things are going well. Thanks.
Okay, thank you. So yeah, as Artem mentioned, we finished also on the front-end side the integration with PayPal and trust payments. Yeah, we just need to know some information about the fees so that we can like show the proper amount on the front-end side. But in general, it works great. So also the front-end team concentrated on delivering new designs, especially for phone number component. Now users will be able to request the confirmation code when you pass the KYC again. Also, we'll be able to change the number. And as a consequence, we will soon introduce SMS OTP. So that's especially for normies. Will work mainly. So we will still have for sure MetaMask confirmation, Google Authenticator confirmation for sensitive actions like send money or changing your password. But yeah, for normies, it's really good option to have the SMS OTP. So that we will roll out really soon on that week. Also updated several screens in the app like transaction screens. And on that week, we will roll out a new feature that will allow the user to mint from any currency. Right now, you can mint only from USD to digital dollar. And later, you will be able to mint from, for example, pound or from CHF to digital dollar, and redeem from digital dollar to GBP or CHF or whatever. So yeah, that's a little bit about the web app updates, and yeah, also we'll work on some updates for send money flow. I'm talking about external flows. We still think about how to provide like the better user experience for saving the contacts. We already synced with the design team several times, so hope that will be also available during that week. That's it.
Thanks, Mike. Unfortunately, Bart is not here today. So Leonid, maybe you can do a short update for mobile application. Leonid, are you here? Okay, seems no. So let's go further. Here are our traditional page with web app and mobile app links. And Sergey, how are you?
Hello, everyone. I'm fine, thank you. You can see some numbers here. And the most interesting maybe here is that we have a lot of open tickets and much more than we had 1 week ago. But almost all of these open tickets are tickets that we are actually waiting for our partners to do something, to provide information, to fix a situation, and so on. So it's the like unknown problem that we have to remind our partners that we are waiting for something from them, and they are waiting letters like please be understanding, and we will fix it soon, please wait a little. It's not our fault, but anyway, it doesn't solve a ticket, so the customer has to wait for the solution.
What is it that you say? Waiting for the customer's input. What is that?
When we have for the customer's input, for example, we have very a lot of tickets we have are related to the declined cards. When a person is registered, provide some information, and then everything is okay, but his card or her card is declined. And usually this is because of proof of address document was not accepted. It can be of low quality, it can be from some organizations that our compliance team is not from an organization that now our compliance team does not trust, let's say that. So we are asking a customer to provide new proof of address document, and sometimes it takes a lot of time to be solved. For example, we have one customer who already said, I think, like maybe half of dozen POA documents, and none of them was accepted for different reasons, but he's still not getting his card. This is what I mean, waiting for the customer's input. We ask some question and we are waiting until the customer will provide the required information. But also we are waiting for our partners, and actually we have like a few tickets where we as a support can do anything now, have something to do. For all other tickets, we are just pinging our customers and our partners and reminding them that we needed something from them. That's the situation. For example, it's the next bullet. We since the last week we have 3 5-figure top-ups on IML check. And the first one was, I think, in the beginning of the last week, and we provided all the information, and then we waited for a couple of days, and today we got additional questions about the transfer. So it's like a week passed, and the transaction is still pending. So the customer is still waiting and asking questions, and we are asking questions to compliance, and compliance eventually said they need more information. So this is if I wanted to complain about something, that would be about our partners' velocity in doing what they do.
Yeah, that's a real shame. So I'll have a conversation with some of these guys and you know, our partners, and see what we can do. unfortunately, some of these things that involve the traditional space are just slow. You know, I mean, for my own bank and the exchange I use here in Switzerland, it's just a lot of it's a lot of paperwork. It's a shame, which is where I'm really happy that Fluid is trying to do everything possible that is through a technology, you know, approach. Yeah, it's just yeah, it's a bit of a hassle. I'll try to have a conversation with them. So
thank you. Thanks a lot. Besides that, everything is okay. We are getting usual questions, providing answers, fixing problems, people getting cards.
Well, that's good news. That's good news. It's great. I can't remember if I said last week I followed up and I said that things were quite slow in terms of particularly for UK faster payments. Because some of the people in the main group chat, they said it was taking a long time for UK faster payments. And so it's one of the things that I checked with our partners, and that often for the very first time that you're using faster payments in the UK, it takes a longer process to get approval for it. But then every other top up or whatever you do, or every other time you use UK faster payments, you've already been checked, and so it happens very quickly. So it's a system-wide thing with UK faster payments. The first one is always controlled a lot more. So anyway, okay,
back to you, Nikolai.
Sorry if I can input. I don't know about the situation with UK faster payments, but when I use it for the fourth or fifth time, it still took me 12 hours to get the payment. And it wasn't the first time. And I've been, saying that to Sergey, so I was just checking in with that.
Edgar's, that's for UK faster payments, from Fluid to a British bank account?
Yeah, from Fluid to TransferWise. TransferWise has a British account for me as well. And so, yeah, I've used that 5-6 times, and every time it's still slow.
Yeah, TransferWise is often much more controlled because they treat it as a Belgian bank. So with a affiliate in the UK or something. So that's what I heard. It's also a bit slower with Revolut. They just have a different policy, I think, for tech banks. So it's a bit of a shame, but it's a system-wide thing apparently. I don't know though. So, okay. Anybody else? Any other questions, comments? Okay. Thanks everybody. Thanks for the great job. See you soon.